Hello everyone, this is Wayne again, and we've been talking quite a bit about the authority of the believer and who we are in Christ, and we want to continue that. We want to review a little bit and then dive deeper into it and then go into how Satan operates, some examples of how he deceives people, and then we're going to go into how we can tell if something is from God or something is from something else. And we'll make that very clear as well. But again, here in Colossians 2:15 it says, "And having disarmed the powers and authorities, he made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them by the cross." Now he did this in the spirit realm because God operates in the spirit realm. Angels, even demons, and devil himself, they operate in the spirit realm, and he defeated Satan in the spirit realm. So this public spectacle was in the spirit realm, and all the demons, the devil, and they were completely humiliated. In total defeat and total disgrace. And Jesus did this by the cross. Now it says here, he disarmed the powers, and we went through this just a little bit. We touched on it, but we want to go into a little bit more today. What power is Paul talking about here? He's not talking about his angelic power. Remember, we talked about how one of the reasons, probably the main reason why Satan revolted against God, because he found out that God was going to make a human being in his own image, a higher class being, and he revolted, and obviously he got defeated because he hated that. So when he sees humans today, he's looking at God because we're made in his image. So it says here that he stripped him of his power. That was Adam's power. He stripped Satan of Adam's power. And I know that sounds far-fetched, but remember in the garden, he had to deceive. He did not have authority over Adam. He used deception and lies to get them to act and to do what he wanted them to do. And they ate from the tree, and they died spiritually. So he stole Adam's authority that God gave Adam. He stole that authority. And from the creation to the resurrection or the cross, he operated in Adam's authority. Now you remember in Luke, the gospel, the 4th chapter, where Jesus went through that temptation, the second temptation, he took him to a very high place. He showed him all the kingdoms of the world. And he told Jesus this. He says, if you worship me, I will give you all the kingdoms of the world. You can rule over all the kingdoms of the world. And he goes on and makes an interesting statement here that because it had been given to me, and I can give it to whoever I please. That was a true statement. Now, whether or not he would have gone through with it, he wouldn't have, because he's a liar, a deceiver. But he got that from Adam. Adam gave it to him when Adam disobeyed God. So he operated in that authority, and Jesus stripped him of that. And Jesus stripped him of that authority and gave it to the church. So like now, in 1 Peter 5:8, it says that Satan goes around, the devil goes around like a roaring lion. He's not a roaring lion anymore. Jesus is the roaring lion, the Lion of Judah. But he goes on, he tries to get people to think that he is. He tries to get people to think that he is something he's not. He doesn't want the people to know that he is a defeated foe. He wants everybody to still think that he has all the power, but he doesn't. He's all bluff. And it says in 2 Corinthians 4:4, as the God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers so they cannot see the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. So he blinds them, he deceives them, so they don't see the truth. And in verse 3 it says, and even if our gospel is veiled, it is veiled to those who are perishing. So the world, that's why they have all these crazy beliefs, because they're deceived. They don't know what the truth is. They are blinded from the truth. And it's only that when we present the good news and we precede that with faith and prayer, earnest prayer for these people, can those blinders be removed and they can see the glorious light. Paul says, I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened. These people, their hearts, they need to be enlightened so they can see the truth. And it's up to us to break those barriers, demolish those strongholds. Paul says we have weapons that can demolish those strongholds. So we can do that. We can cause their eyes to be open and to receive the gospel. If they see the good news, the gospel, people in their right minds will accept it. Now, it says there in 2 Corinthians 2:11 that in order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his schemes. So he has schemes. Deception is a powerful force. It can be used, and he's had thousands of years of experience. He doesn't have to pull the trigger. He can get somebody else to pull the trigger. That's deception. And he can give lies and give logical reasons and fill a person's mind with his lies, his deceptions, and they act on it. That's what we see. Every war was started by a lie, by Satan's deception, getting people to believe things that not true, and getting this started and that started. I'm simplifying it in a great deal, but that's the power of deception. But he cannot use force. He can only use deception. And as a church, if we are wise to his deception and wise to how he works, we can defeat him every time. So now we're going to talk about, next time we're going to talk about how we know what is a lie, how we can know when it's Satan, how we can know the spirit of Antichrist that's in the world. John says that's in the world already today. So we're going to go into more depth and continue this for the next 2 or 3 videos. I hope this has been a blessing. If you enjoy listening to these videos, just press the share button and share it with people and let them hear the good news too. God bless you. We love you, and we'll be back.